Let's go there. Hello and welcome to our next video recording series, the RSK paper review for all the papers we handle here on this particular channel. This is the UK Football Pool YouTube channel where we take our time to reveal you to key setting observations that has actually come to stay on a weekly basis when it comes to full and pool prediction. Okay, I remain your host Raymond Engineer. In our last video, we actually took our time to discuss the settings and observation that actually came to stay in the special advanced fixture. So we're not going to dwell more on this particular paper. We're going to move to the next paper on our list, which has to do with the Bob Morton International paper. And on the Bob Morton International paper, we have a very reliable setting here on page 1 that states that whenever on the NAP column here we have family of 0 here, then one of the other two numbers at the NAP column is being projected to be a very reliable pair. Okay, we've been playing since the inception of the season, and at a point it actually failed, but it started playing again. So this week between number 24 and number 39, one of it is going to give us a very reliable banker from there. It's a very reliable pair. Then also we have another setting that says that whenever, since the inception of this particular season, whenever on Fabulous 16 column, number 4 and 5 of Fabulous, number 3 and 4 of Fabulous 16 carrying bets and nap as indicators, as pointers, those are actually pointers, then it projects 4 over 4 full-time just on a very reliable pair. Okay, it actually came I think last week and did the same thing, so it is here again to deliver also a very reliable plan. One thing I also observed is that number 3 and 4 are actually family series this particular week, so this is actually the first time this is coming up. So can number 31 and 41 being family series placed on number 3 and number 4 of Fabulous 16 on Bob Morton International paper actually produce a draw? That is what we are going to look into and give you guys more information in our observation corner video. Away from that, page 2 of this particular paper comes with a lot of settings. The first one being the setting of the cartoon section, which we have some write-ups here. The first player is saying, "My deepest sympathy for your loss," while the response is from this other player is, "What loss is that, Joker?" And we have the two players carrying number 28 and number 40 as jersey numbers. So we are also going to look into this and get back to you guys in our observation corner video. Okay, we also have another setting here on the Super 6 column, which states that whenever we have the same family series numbers here, then one of those particular numbers is going to be projecting a full-time draw. Here we have the number 18 and number 48. So between 18 and 48, from that particular sequence, one of it is going to pick a full-time draw. Okay, away from that, page 3 of this particular paper only carries the cartoon section. And here in the cartoon section, we have a write-up that says that now this guy must have to strike the precision here. And we have about 3 players here with shirt number 41, shirt number 2, and the third one we can't really find the shirt number, so we have 2 player shirt number here, 41 and 2. We'll look into that and get back to you guys as well in the observation corner video. Okay, on page 4 here we didn't really find a setting that has actually come to stay, so we're going to proceed to the next paper on our list, which has to do with the Capital International paper. And here on the Capital International paper, as at the time of doing this video recording series, at page 1 we really didn't find a setting that has actually come to stay. But on the player image here, this particular image in front of a Capital International paper, we have actually seen this particular image before, where a particular player is pointing to another player, and we have number 17 and 40 here. So can 17 actually pick a draw? But whenever this happens, the player that is pointing to this other one that is walking away is definitely going to produce a draw. So it's a very reliable pair from here. We're going to look also into that and give you details in our observation corner video. On page 2 of this particular paper, we didn't really find a setting that has actually come to stay. So we're not going to be wasting our time there. Let's proceed to page 3. And on page 3 of this particular paper, we have on the cartoon section here a write-up that states that AC Milan versus Juventus is always one of the biggest clashes of the season. We have two players here, the number 23 and number 30. So we're also going to look into this and give you details in our observation corner video. On page 4 of this particular paper, we only have one sequence that has actually come to stay, which has to do with the sequence at the X bankers of the root column, which whenever you multiply a single number here, a particular number here by 2, and it gives you a result, which is the next number here on this particular column, then those two numbers are being projected to be a very reliable pair. Go through your record since the inception of this particular system to confirm that. Okay, the next one here on our list has to do with the soccer research paper, and here on soccer research paper we have a setting that actually came last week, and this is the second time of it repeating itself, which is actually projecting some reliable draws. I'm going to discuss this also in our observation corner video, where from this on page 2 of this particular paper we only had a setting on the cartoon section which states that comes with a write-up. The first one here says that get in the Tony, and the second one says it's Game of Thrones this season. The third one says winter has come, and we have two players' numbers here. Also the last write-up which states with Xmas tidings. Okay, so the two players actually carries number 35 and number 18. So we're going to also look into this to verify what we have there and give you details in our observation corner video. On page 3 of this particular paper, we didn't really have a setting that's come to stay, so we're going to proceed to page 4, which is the last page of this paper, and we also didn't really have a setting that's come to start at the time of doing this video recording series. So we move to the next paper on our list, which has to do with the Right on Football Fixtures paper, page 2. And here on Right on Football Fixtures paper, we have the Expert Gazette column projecting number 22 and 23 as a very reliable pair. So if you have any of those numbers as a draw, kindly go ahead and make use of it. Then on page 1 of that particular paper, we went through page 1 and we didn't really find a setting at the time of doing this video recording series. So we are going to leave this particular paper for now till we get to our observation corner video. So if you actually loved what we did here on this particular video recording series, and you want to go a long way to get receiving this kind of quality video content from us, all we're requesting from you is to click on that subscription button to get subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your subscription, it counts, and that will go a long way to encourage me to continue this good work. Having subscribed already, click on the notification icon to get notified whenever we drop a brand new video recording series, just like the one you're seeing right now. Click on the like button to like our video starting with this very video. Click on the share button to share it to all your social media handles so that more people will get to discover our channel and also stand a chance to benefit from the freebies we give out here on a weekly basis. Lastly, make use of that comment section to drop your comment and whatever you feel we should add or remove from a subsequent video recording series. This will go a long way to help us improve on the quality of videos we render for you guys, and those videos that will serve your interest, because your interest is our utmost priority. Thank you very much for having taken our time to see this video to the end. I remain your host, Raymond Engineer. See you in our next video. Thank you and bye for now.